Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is a full body yoga flow for flexibility and a little bit of strength. So find some space to move and let's get started. So we'll begin today just in a nice comfy seat, but we're going to place our hands or at least our fingertips on the ground beside us. So you can lightly press your fingertips down, bring some length into your spine. Close your eyes whenever you're ready. And just allowing your shoulders to fall away from your ears. Might notice a slight bend through your elbow. But just bringing as much length into your spine as you can. Beginning to notice the ground beneath you. Beginning to notice your breath as well. No need to change anything just yet. Just feel the air flowing in and flowing out. And then we're going to start to move our arms and breathe just a little bit deeper. So taking a nice deep breath in, you can reach your right arm out, up and over. You can walk your left fingertips away, but still press them into the ground. Leaning over, reaching up. You might lift your chin towards your top shoulder. And you might bring your chin down towards your bottom shoulder. And then using a nice big inhale to come back through center. Rest both of your hands or fingertips on the ground. Recenter yourself. Close your eyes. Just pause. And then with a nice big inhale, your left arm can start to reach out, up and over as your right fingertips walk away, and then push more into the ground. Find your side stretch, and maybe lifting the chin up, and maybe turning it down. And then using a big inhale to find your way back up through center. Your fingertips can come to the ground on either side of you again, lengthening through the spine. Just another moment to notice how you are feeling so far today. When it feels right to descend, you can start to open your eyes, just looking down to the ground in front of you. We're going to bring our hands down, tip forwards, and come into tabletop. So onto our hands and knees. Spreading your fingers nice and wide, and maybe giving your hips a sway side to side. Then we'll be tucking our toes under. You can lift your knees up to downward facing dog. Whereas you press into your hands, you could pedal your feet, stretching your ankles and your calves a little bit. And then we might even start to sway forwards and backwards, coming as much into a high plank as you would like, and as far back to downward facing dog as you sway forwards and back. And maybe just coming into your plank one more time. And then as you come back to downward facing dog, just stay there for a moment. Maybe pedal the feet again. But push into your hands a little bit more and then use an inhale to gaze forwards. And as you exhale, walk all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhaling into a half lift once you get there. And exhale as you fold forward. Inhale to come all the way up, reach up. Exhale as you lower your arms to your sides, roll your shoulders back and down, and take an inhale to reach up. As you exhale, fold forwards. Take an inhale to lift halfway. And as you exhale, folding down to plant your hands and step your feet back and all the way together in your downward dog. So feet side by side. Using an inhale, we're going to lift our right foot up nice and high. You can bend the knee and try to tip yourself over a little bit, but resist. Find your edge, the weight of that leg trying to tip you over, but you're pressing into your hands and your left foot to hold you up. Stay for an inhale with that right foot lifted. And as you exhale, you can bring it back down. And inhale your left foot up when you're ready. Maybe bending the knee, trying to tip yourself over a little bit, but resisting. Pressing the ground away, but letting your leg be a little heavier. Awesome work, you guys. Stay for an inhale. And as you exhale, bring your left foot back down. Take an inhale to look forwards. And as you exhale, step or walk all the way to the top of your mat. Inhaling into a half lift. And exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach up. And exhale, lower your arms down to your sides. You can roll your shoulders back and down. Take an inhale as you reach back up. And exhale to fold. Inhale into a half lift. And exhale to fold forwards. Let's plant our hands. You can step your feet back to your downward facing dog. We're going to shift our weight forwards so you can float forwards, sway forwards into a plank. Feel free to lower to your knees, but then bend your elbows and slowly come all the way down onto your belly and rest on the top of the feet too. You can move your hands out wider, 10 and 2 on your clock, from your fingertips maybe. Taking an inhale to lift your chest. Squeeze your back, your glutes. Push into your fingertips for a cobra. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly melt it down and inhale to lift. Try to lift your belly button off of the ground. Exhale to melt it back down and an inhale to lift one more time. And exhale to lower. You can move your hands underneath your forehead, maybe stack your palms, just a gentle sway through your hips. Then we're going to be tipping over onto our right side. Onto our right side, onto our right forearm. We're going to bring our left foot in front of us. So pressing into that foot, our bottom leg is staying out long. Now you can leave your hips on the ground or you can lift them up and maybe reach up to. Press into your feet and your right forearm. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly bring your hips down. Send your left leg long. Tip over onto your belly. Stack your palms. Give your hips a gentle sway. And then tip over onto your left side, your left forearm, bringing your right foot in front of you to the ground. Keep the hips on the ground or lift and reach. And maybe looking up too. Awesome work, you guys. Stay for an inhale. As you exhale, let the hips come down, your top leg slide back, tip yourself over onto your belly. Stack your palms, relax for a moment, maybe swaying your hip. Awesome work, you guys. We're going to bring our hands by our shoulders, our chest. Push yourself up to your knees, tabletop. Let's send our right leg back behind us. Tuck the toes, press into the ball of the foot. You can float your foot if you want to. You can add your left arm if you'd like. Finding your balance, your breath. Stay for an inhale, and as you exhale, come back to your tabletop and switch sides. Left foot can stay on the ground or float, and you can add your right arm. It's going to be as long as you can be from your fingertips of your right hand to your left heel. Point those toes down. Stay for an inhale. And as you exhale, come back to your tabletop. Both hands, both knees, maybe giving your hips a sway side to side. But we are going to sit down. Bring your legs in front. Maybe a hug or a squeeze of your knees. Just check in with how you are feeling now. Our right leg is going to be going out long. And our left foot will find the inner thigh. Now you can sit tall here. You can even lean forwards. Stretch your hamstring. Or you can sit tall. You can turn your chest to the left and bring your hand to the ground behind you too. And then maybe we'll lift our hips up. Lift the hips, roll onto your shin, press into your right foot, and then reach up or over. Few extra moments wherever you happen to be. If you're lifting your hips, lift your hips some more. If you are lifted right now though, stay for an inhale and let the exhale bring your hips down nice and slow. You can bring the knees back together. Just reset. And then your left leg can go long, your right foot to your inner thigh. Where you can decide if you'd like to enjoy a few moments folding forwards, sitting tall, or turning the upper body to the right, planting the hand on the ground, and maybe lifting the hips and reaching up, reaching over. Breathe. Awesome work, you guys. Take another couple breaths. Lift those hips if you're lifting the hips. Another inhale for sure. As you exhale, you can come back down. You can face forwards. Help the legs come back together. Give your knees a hug or a squeeze if you'd like. Then we're going to keep our feet planted and maybe nice and close together. The knees too, but we're going to lean back a little bit. So lengthening through the spine as best you can, leaning back, maybe a little squeeze the knees together. And we're going to start to turn our chest over towards the right. So I want you to move your arms. The right hand, those fingertips, maybe in the middle of the mat behind you, pushing into them. Your left arm, maybe it ends up on top of your legs or over top of your legs for a twist. Now letting an inhale, turn you to face forward, still leaning back, pulling the belly button in. And you can twist to the other side. So left hand behind you, press into it. Right arm, maybe it's on top of your legs or crossing over top. Awesome work, you guys. Use an inhale. Turn yourself to face forwards and then start to lower onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. Try to touch your low back to the ground first And then slowly the rest of you until you are laying on your back. And then you can move your feet in a little closer. You could even hug your knees back to your chest. You might even end up reaching for your feet. Happy baby. Just trying to keep your low back connected to the ground. While you open up through your head. And if you've got your feet lifted in Happy Baby, you might try to bring them together, leaving your knees wide, but letting the feet try to find one another. And then you might let go of your feet and find the knees so that you can help them also come back together. And then finally bringing your feet back down to the ground, where you could sway the knees side to side a few times. And letting your knees tip over all the way to the left side, taking another twist. Reach your arms out wide. Using an inhale, you can lift your legs back up and tip over to the other side. Just adjust the shoulders. Enjoy a few breaths here. Using an inhale to lift your legs back up out of your twist, where you might end up just back in Happy Baby. One more time. Pressing your low back down. You could even sway side to side. And then letting your feet come back down all the way to the ground again, where you can send your legs long and wide. And rest your arms somewhere comfy too. But setting up for a few moments in Shavasana. Just a nice comfortable place where you can relax. And as always, I encourage you to stay here for as long as you have time for today. But thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, namaste.